Okay, there we go. Okay, so you've probably seen the agenda. We tried to organize with input from the executive committee, a set of activities that we hope will be engaging despite the remote setup. And so we're going to do a few introductions briefly. We're not going to be able to do the personal introductions that we always do, but we'll do a couple of things. And then I'm going to do a bit of an overview of the meeting and the logistics, and Claire will chime in here if I mess anything up. And then I want to give a few updates on the project, and including a few updates on publications. So before we begin, we're going to do, everyone try to turn on their camera for a few minutes, if you can. And we're going to just do a little bit of a census. So if you are from Argentina, so what am I supposed to say here, Claire? They can use the thing at the bottom, right? There's this thing at the bottom. Abajo hay una cosita que pueden marcar, ¿no? ¿Cómo es? Que sale un dibujito. No? So no. If you're from Argentina, we're going to do a roll call. A todos los argentinos que hagan qué, Claire? What do they have to do?
So you can use the reactions to do like a thumbs up.
Reactions at the bottom. A ver, todos los argentinos, please. Los primeros, no nos dejen mal. Muy bien, Natalia, perfecto, excelente. Ok, buenísimo. Perfecto, ahí los ven a todos los argentinos, van apareciendo. Aya, is there anyone who's, this is the first meeting?
Ana.
Yes.
Tampoco les estudiante.
Quizás podría sacar la PowerPoint mientras haces eso para que podamos ver a la gente en pantalla, en toda la pantalla.
Pero deberían poder verlos igual. Pero bueno, lo podemos quitar.
Así.
Okay, so is there anyone new to the meeting from Argentina? ¿Alguien que es la primera vez que está en una reunión?
Sí, Ana, está Joseph.
Joseph, presentate, Joseph. Bienvenido.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Hi, everybody. Yeah, it's my first meeting. I'm with the Institute Salud Colectiva in the Universidad de Lanús. So nice to see you.
Great. Welcome, Joseph. Great to have you. A ver, Brasil. Brasil, identifíquese, please. Hay muchos brasileros. Muchos brasileros. Bienvenidos a todos. Ahí los vemos. Muy bien. Ok. ¿Quién más? Mariana, Fátima, excelente. Daniel, ¿no sos brasilero? Okay. ¿Hay alguien? Is anyone new from Brazil? The first meeting. Anybody new? ¿Alguien nuevo del grupo de Brasil? No, son todos old SALURBALers.
Okay. I'm new.
Okay, Sol, introduce yourself, please.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sol. I'm from Belo Horizonte, Rosubi, and it's my first meeting.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Anybody else new in Brazil?
I am new.
Okay, say hello. Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Michelle. It's my first meeting on SALURBAL.
Welcome, Michelle. Anybody else? Okay, Chile. Chile, por favor, identifíquese. Marianela, ahí los vemos. Lorena, perfecto. Who else?
Hola, hola Ana.
Hola, Rodrigo, perfecto. Bienvenido, Rodrigo. Ok. ¿Hay alguien nuevo del grupo de Chile?
This is Lorena. This is my first meeting with all, but I am working with SALURBAL for 1 year. I am from the University of Chile. I am academic of the Escuela de Salud Pública in Chile.
Okay, welcome, bienvenida Lorena al grupo grande. Let's see, who's next? Colombia. Colombia. Perfecto, bastantes colombianos también, muy bien. ¿Quién es? ¿Hay alguien nuevo de Colombia? Anyone new from the Colombian team to the meeting?
I'm new.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Tomás Guevara. I've been
Tomás?
working with the Universidad de los Andes for a couple of months, and this is my first meeting. Nice to be here.
Bienvenido, Tomás. Great to have
Gracias.
you. Anybody else new from Colombia?
Hi.
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniela, and I'm also new in this meeting. I have been working with Professor Olga Lucia in Colombia.
Okay, bienvenida, Daniela. Anyone else? Okay, Perú. Pancho, perfecto, perfecto. Ahí van saliendo los peruanos. Muy bien, bienvenidos. ¿Hay alguien nuevo del equipo de Perú? ¿O son todos conocidos?
Yo creo que no.
Son todos conocidos, ok. A ver, Guatemala. Manuel, Fernanda, Analí, bienvenidos. Is there anyone new from the group in Guatemala?
Yes, this is my first annual meeting. My name is Analí Morales, and I joined to the team the last December, and I am the data analyst for the INCAP Hub.
Great, welcome. ¿Alguien más? A ver, ¿quién me falta? México. México. Irene, Brisa, Bricia, Carolina, dos Carolinas creo que tenemos. Anyone new from the Mexico team? Jordan, Nancy, Ariela, okay. Mexicanos, ¿sí se llaman mexicanos?
Right here is my first meeting.
Hi, Alan.
Hi, I'm Alan. Yeah, I'm
Great.
working with Nancy from the Instituto Nacional de Salud Pública.
Okay, great. Welcome, Alan.
Thank you.
Anyone else new from Mexico?
I'm also new here. Yeah.
Okay, David.
My name is David. Yes, and also this is my first meeting. I'm working with Dr. Nancy in the Instituto Nacional de Salud Pública, and hello to everybody.
Welcome, David.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Yes.
Yes.
This is also my thing. I'm Irene.
Irene, welcome.
I've been working with Daniel Rodriguez for the last year.
Yes, and Irene is working on the heat study, but this is your first SALURBAL meeting, right? Yeah. Anyone else? Yes.
Hi, my name is Carolina Quintero. I am from Costa Rica and I am working with Carolina Perez.
Buenísimo, Carolina, bienvenida.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yes. Hi, everybody. My name is Luz Mary Cárdenas. I'm from Colombia, but I work with the National Public Health Institute with the Dr. Carolina Perez.
Okay, bienvenida, Luz Mary.
Thank you.
Who did I miss? US. People in the US or hybrids. Mixtos también se aceptan, de cualquier tipo.
Me.
Okay.
I am Andrea. I work in Philly. I'm from Venezuela, and I'm the communication specialist for the project.
Great. Andrea is also, this is her first meeting. Okay. Anyone else new?
It's my first meeting too. I'm Bricia Trejo. I'm a first year doctoral student at Drexel.
Okay, great. Welcome, Bricia.
I'm new too. My name is Maria Bastiarova. I'm originally from Belarus, but I just graduated, got my PhD, and I just started my postdoc at Berkeley with Daniel.
Great,
Rodriguez.
welcome.
Thank you.
Other countries, any country that you want to be from, you can choose. What did I miss? Goro, you're Japan, Bolivia, US, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Who else did I miss any countries or anyone who is new that didn't get a chance to say hello?
Hi, I'm Josiah. I'm a postdoc at Drexel. This is my first meeting.
Great, Josiah, that's right. This is your first meeting, yep. Anyone
Hi,
else?
everyone, I'm Carolyn. Yeah, this is Carolyn. This is my first meeting.
Great, Caroline is here at Drexel working on data, helping out with a lot of data issues. Anybody else?
Hi, my name is Ran. I'm also new. I'm a data analyst at the UHC.
That's right, Ran. Welcome, Ran. Anybody else?
I guess I'm sort of new, and I joined in Lima, but it was just more informal, just accompanying others and playing along. But I formally joined in December.
Yes, now
So,
formally,
Mariana.
Mariana doing a lot of things. SALURBAL, hit the ground running, as they say.
Very happy.
Anybody else? Okay, so I think we're gonna get started. Oh, we want to do a couple of other things. We want you to type in the chat and then we'll compile this. Type in the chat. We did this. Type in the chat. Choose one of these things, your favorite SALURBAL data set or variable. We are very interested in this. Your favorite SALURBAL core or working group and your favorite SALURBAL activity or event. Choose one of those, or you can do the 3 of them if you want. Type it in the chat, and then we'll take a look as a little bit of a way to share and see what's most popular. Let me see. You can't see my slides, can you? No. Let's see. Can you see my slides now? Yes?
Yes, yes.
So I'm back. Now I have to just okay, so if you're game for this, share what your ideas about this, and we'll take a look at them as we go through the meeting. So I think we already did introductions. So welcome to all the new people, and also welcome to many of you who have been with us for several meetings. Many meetings. This, of course, is a special one because it's the first time we're doing this fully remotely. But we hope that it will still provide not everything that an in-person meeting can provide, but hopefully a lot of good things anyway. And so I'd like thanks for making the time to join. So to get a little bit into the details of the meeting. So these are our goals for the meeting: to provide updates on progress made across SALURBAL's 4 aims and publications, to provide some updates on research findings and discuss ideas for the future. Some of the panels that we organized have that goal in particular. And then we had a number of people request time to meet in the small groups, which we traditionally do in person, but we're going to do those virtually on Thursday. And as always, feel free to speak whatever language you want, and we'll do our best to translate. Certainly, we can switch back and forth from Spanish and if it's helpful. So please don't feel that you have to speak English during the meeting. And Portuguese, of course, although I can't speak Portuguese, but I can try. So this is the layout. So right now we're going to do an overview, a little bit of an overview, an update. Then we'll have a break, and then we have 2 panels today. They're both just under an hour, so it's not a lot of Zoom time, but we hope it will still be very intense and productive. Goro will moderate a panel on mortality data and analysis, and Mariana will moderate a panel on survey. And then we have a very exciting Salud Trivia event where you will be able to compete for great prizes. Claire, do we have prizes?
There are no prizes.
No prizes, sorry. Well, symbolic prize. Symbolic prize. We have some very interesting facts about SALURBAL that you were always wanting to know, and now you will know. So join for that. And then tomorrow, we will do similar sessions, the social environment and the built environment panels, then do a little bit of a wrap up. And then we also have a social activity, which is a scavenger hunt. More on that later. Right, Claire? Yes. Okay. So, and then we have small group meetings on Thursday, and here's the list. I'm not going to go over the details, but it was wonderful to see so many people wanted to have small group meetings. Even though these groups often meet during, a regularly meeting, there was an interest given that people had blocked off this time for groups to come together. And so there are opportunities, and these groups are open, so people can join. If you haven't signed up and you'd like to join, you can still do that. Logistics, so these are just basic Zoom rules. I'm not gonna go into them a lot, but we'll be recording everything, and it'll be available, and everything will be saved on the Google site. Launching into my update, I wanted to just start off with a publications update before doing the usual update on the aims, because we're making really nice progress here, and it's very important for the study. So these are the proposals, summary of the number of proposals, and thanks here to Gina and the Publications Committee for all the great work, and to Claire, of course, for all the great work managing all this. But we have received a total of 126 proposals, and as you can see in this slide, 49% of them have resulted in approved manuscripts already, manuscripts that have been submitted for approval by SALURBAL PNP. So we're making good progress. You can see some of them are in various stages of development, and of the 49 manuscripts that have been received by the Publications Committee, 45 have been approved, 4 are still under review, and of those, 19 have been published. So that's very nice to see, and we expect to see that number grow over time, especially with empirical publications. So these are the published papers. Initially we did some reviews that are not on this slide. So these are just original scholarship and research. We have 3 methods papers, 1 a protocol paper, which I believe is on Transmicable, a systems paper, and 7 empirical data analysis papers. Here's a list. You'll be able to see these slides later, so I'm not going to go over them, but you can just glance through them a little bit at the publications. I think a very nice, growing and broad range of topics. That's all I'm going to say about publications. Gina had done an update of this for one of the team meetings earlier, but I don't know if anyone has anything they would like to add or any questions they would like to ask at this point about the publications. Okay. So transitioning to project updates, I'd like to share a little bit about what's going on in each aim. As I'm sure you remember, our first project aim is to study the relationship between city and neighborhood level factors and various health outcomes. Here are some updates in terms of the progress in compiling and harmonizing all of this data, which has been a major task, and many of you have been involved. And we will be having updates as part of the team meetings on the various cores. So we're not doing the usual core update that we did at the in-person meeting because today or tomorrow, because we'll be doing that as part of the regular team meetings. But so I'm just going to share some highlights here. The deaths and the population data are being updated approximately through 2018, and we have been making some improvements to the data as we go along. This will happen periodically in studies like this. So there have been some updates to the population data, updates to the undercount estimates. So some of you, either you have or you will soon receive updated data sets that you can incorporate into your analyses. This doesn't mean that you have to, if your paper has already been submitted, that's fine. You wait till you get it back, and then you can, as part of the review of the paper, you can update your analyses with updated data. But this is all part of the regular process of a study like this. So a lot of interesting work is already underway with the mortality data, and we'll be seeing some of those results later, and we'll be talking about that in more detail when we have the panel later today. In terms of the health survey data, the harmonization is complete for at least one survey for each country. And here you see the list of domains that we've already had for a while, and new domains that have come online are listed below: SES, depression, depressive symptoms, physical activity, and diet, which is almost done. Childhood obesity, we are adding additional countries, and we are starting to begin work on the longitudinal harmonization so that we have, in the countries where we have multiple surveys. In terms of the social environment data, we've done an update of all the census-based measures of L1ADs and L2s, including the scores that Usama and Anna developed. And those have been updated, versions of those have been sent out as well. L3s, which was a big job that many of you participated in, and that Goro did also an incredible job working with Desiree and Ariela and many others to update the L3s. The available measures for L3s are also complete, and we'll be talking more in the future about how we will use the L3 data. The segregation measures were completed as well. This is great. Also, Goro and the team and Sharelle have all been very involved in that aspect. And we have a group that's been making good progress in creating some of the healthcare access measures. The physical and built environment data, there's a very nice documentation that has been completed, and there's a few updates that the group will be making to some measures as well. And we're starting to think about prioritizing the L3 measures for the physical and built environment data. I think that's it for AIM-1. Oh, a couple of other things. So documentation, there's a lot of documentation on the Google site that you should take a look at. Please read the documentation because we spent so much time writing it. So it's a labor of love, this documentation. So if you have, take a look at it, because and other groups as well, built environment document is really nice as well. And so I think that it's very helpful. And the health survey, harmonization, GDP, Gini, all that is on the documentation is available for you, and it's for you to use. So if it doesn't serve you, or if it doesn't work, or it's not clear, let us know, because we want to make it useful for you. We've had working groups meeting regularly, mortality and survey working groups, which I think have been terrific and making really good progress. We're starting to think about how to better support analyses and sharing, combining analysts across different countries, et cetera. So we'll be talking more about that in the future. And as I said, we'll have more detailed updates from the course upcoming at the team meetings. I don't know if there's anything anyone wants to add from the group on AIM-1, any important thing that I missed or that you want to ask about or share. There's a new data, we've also been working hard at data briefs. There's a new data brief that is coming out in September on infant mortality. This has been all based in large part on Ana Ortigosa's analyses, and Andrea and Claire and others have been working very hard on this. And we had the very first SALURBAL dissemination webinar, which is a new activity that we're doing to disseminate findings of the study. And this was focused on inequality and mortality outcomes. As you see, we had quite a big participation, and then we did it again in Spanish, right, Claire? Yes.
We recorded the presentations in Spanish.
Yeah,
yes.
The presentations were also re-recorded in Spanish, so thanks to Usama and Anna for that. And we have a next webinar scheduled for relatively soon, September 9th, on air pollution and health. So more to come on that. AIM-1 publications, new publications since our meeting in Lima. So we'll be sharing these so you can see them. But as you can see, a whole bunch of stuff, park use on Phillips' paper on women's political representation and infant mortality, bicycle safety in Bogota, traffic stress-based classification, also from Colombia, Dustin Fry's work on Google Street View image availability with Gina, and Usama's paper on inequities in mortality, which, as you remember, got a lot of attention. So AIM-2, I think we're making good progress, and we'll talk more about future directions later today. AIM-2, just very briefly, all 6 policy evaluation projects are continuing to move forward. Transmicable completed the second wave of data collection. RUCAS is adapting to the COVID situation and doing some phone data collection and even adding some questions about COVID as well. And so sort of pivoting to adapt and to do what we can in the context. Ecobici paused the data collection, but now we'll be beginning again and modifying the aims a little bit to do an evaluation of these new bike lanes that have been implemented in Mexico, in Mexico City, related to the COVID lockdowns. So that will be also an interesting project. Vision Zero, the Mexico City evaluation is moving forward, Vila Viva as well, and the food labels Lima evaluation has also made a lot of progress. So these our policy evaluation studies are still ongoing, and you know, we are adapting, fine-tuning, sort of accommodating the primary data collection given the COVID context, as you know. I don't know if there are any questions on AIM-2 or anything anyone wants to add. These are some new publications since our meeting in Lima on AIM-2. A review on the health on slum upgrading, physical environment interventions, a review paper, our policy scoping review. Remember that one? We started a long time ago, but it's finally published. So, which I think ended up being a nice, very nice contribution. Nancy and the team published a very nice rapid review related to COVID. And Olga Lucia, this is, I believe this is the protocol for the Transmicable study. AIM-3 has also been making good progress. The food and transport agent-based models are being refined, and there have been proposals have been submitted and approved. And I know Brent has already drafted the food, a first draft of the food model, and Ivana has been making, who I think is not with us because she's in Australia, so it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, has been making good progress on the transport model. I believe this is a paper by Lydia, right, on the Brazil experience is under review, and Ivana's very nice review of empirical and simulation studies evaluating the health impact of transportation interventions, which informed part of the systems modeling, has also been published in environmental research, which is also very nice. We have been invited by the National Academy's a roundtable they have on obesity solutions to present some of the SALURBAL systems work to them, which is also a very nice opportunity for the team. We have also been having conversations about with Ross about how to think about some of the COVID models that have been developed and how they might be adapted to the American setting. And of course, the Colombia team also has a number of models that they have developed, also building on which are complementary to this work. Anything on AIM 3 that I missed? And last but not least, AIM 4. We have, I hope you're reading the newsletter. We have over 200 subscribers to that. That's a really nice communications venue for us. The webinar series, as I indicated, is launched. We are working on an update of the website, expansion and refresh. We continue to grow in the social media. And we published 2 new policy briefs, which I think I have pictures of. One on health and all urban policies, which we did jointly with PAHO, right? Yeah, there it is, jointly with PAHO, the Pan American Health Organization, and a brief that was a follow-up to our Knowledge to Policy forum. So a Knowledge to Policy translation for urban health was also launched in February. And coming soon, we have a brief on air pollution and urban health. As I mentioned, part of the dissemination is also the webinar series. So this is the first webinar that we had, Inequalities and Mortality. These are all presenting results from the study. The next one is on air pollution, and then we're planning one in mid-November on road safety in Latin American cities based on SALURBAL work as well. So this is a really nice way to get the results of the study out there, especially in today's remote context. The SALURBAL blog was renamed SALURBlog. Okay. And we've had 17 blog posts published. So we're always looking for people to write the blog. So if one day you're bored, you're saying, I don't have anything to do, what could I do? I could write a SALURBAL blog. So, and we can publish, puede ser en castellano, en portugués, right, Claire?
Yes.
So, los que quieran escribir para el blog de SALURBAL son bienvenidos. Alguna reflexión sobre algo que está sucediendo en sus países o lo que sea. So please keep that in mind. It's a very interesting mechanism for us to share and disseminate. We are also, because of the COVID situation, we're also thinking about, other creative ways that we can support the dissemination of the study results. And so, we were hoping to do a lot of local in-person events. That obviously is not possible, but the policy group is working very actively with local teams to develop sort of tailored materials that can be used by local teams in a local webinar kind of activity. So Katie is helping to coordinate this for us, and you'll be hearing more about this soon. If you want to know more, you can also reach out to Katie directly. So, the idea is to present results that are, general SALURBAL results, but present them in a way that is of interest to your local audience, even if it's through a webinar. So, if you see any opportunities that we can help with, let us know about that. I think that's it. And I don't know if anyone has any questions or comments or has anything they want to add that they think is important that's happened since our last meeting that I missed. I should say that SALURBAL is getting more and more attention, which is really nice. I I had a meeting, a call yesterday with the director of NIMHD, which is the NIH Institute that focuses on minority health and health disparities, Eliseo Perez-Table, because he wanted to talk to me about SALURBAL. So they're very interested also in thinking about the SALURBAL experience. And so we will probably be invited to present to NIMHD on SALURBAL soon, which will be also very nice. He was very, very interested. He had heard about it somewhere, and I also presented on SALURBAL at the International Society of Environmental Epidemiology, which was a virtual meeting, and I got several emails back as well. So I think we can be very happy with our group and our study and the impact that's already starting to have. Any questions or algo que quieran agregar? We have a lot of stuff in the chat. So
Ana, something to add?
Yes, go ahead, Olga Lucia.
So in the Viking study had a lot of attention in the main newspaper of El Tiempo, and over there they included the SALURBAL. They said this is the SALURBAL study in one of the main newspapers. So I think that was also nice. The same as the team in Brazil. I don't know if Ana Clara is there. They receive a lot of attention with the paper from Philippe in main newspapers and radio stations. So that was also nice. And SALURBAL was always there.
Great.
Same with Usama's paper here in Chile.
We have a lot
of life expectancy inequalities in Santiago.
Yep. We have a lot of interesting favorites in the chat. Claire's favorite is the directory, right, Claire? That's a good one.
Which is actually going to be a source of data for a network analysis study.
Yes, absolutely.
On the ways people are working with each other on SALURBAL.
So take a look at the chat because it's interesting. Olga Lucia's, your favorite variable is street intersection, right?
Exactly. Wonder why.
Okay. All right. So I think we can take a little break. I don't know if anyone wants to add anything else. It's fun to look at this. The webinar, Rodrigo says the webinar, Intervenciones de Emergencia en Latinoamérica. Yeah, we participate that, 1,000 people. Yeah, that's quite amazing. Yes, go ahead.
I like to see that for somebody, the SALURBAL Get Google was elected as preferred.
SALURBAL Get Google, yeah, that's good.
Yes, that's me. I think that's very innovative. I love it.
Okay. Would anyone else like to comment on their favorite thing? So take a look at the entries because it's fun to see. So I think we're ready for a break.